Pay attention, people.
All of our incredible community leaders and advocates that are here today. This day would not be happening without you all. It is our community leaders on the ground that sounded this early. I remember that first call with Saida, and she said this is going to be something that we're going to have to work on and get rapid response on. And so I'm very excited to say that that today is the day. The hotline is open, and because that hotline is open, you can call into FEMA and you can start this process today. Now, we know here in New York how tough those early days were. We couldn't even get tests here early on. It was something that was for celebrities and the privileged in those very early days. And so we have been...
So the tests are for the privileged, huh? Even though the tests don't test for anything.
Senator Schumer and I have been working with FEMA. We've been on the phone trying to get as flexible and accommodating circumstances as possible. So here's what families need to know. Your loved one should have COVID on their death certificate. Anywhere listed on their death certificate, either as the primary or contributing cause of death.
To boost the numbers. Yeah. So it don't matter whatever they dying from. They're gonna put COVID on it. Called fudging the numbers.
Those early days, though, we know that so many people, we didn't know what was COVID and what wasn't. And so there are several options available here. One is that...
They said they didn't know what was COVID and what wasn't. Did you hear that? They don't know. So they give you a test, and that test doesn't know anything. This test is not made for diagnostic purposes.
You can go back to the institution that issues the death certificate, the hospital, the physician, etc., and you can have your death certificate edited in retrospect, knowing what we know now about COVID. So if your loved one's death certificate does not have COVID listed, you can have it put in.
And since September, they've been listing COVID. But the problem, as the Congresswoman said, in the early days, they didn't even know what COVID was, so they didn't list it. And we're working.
No, they did list it because they was getting paid to list it as that, even though that test doesn't diagnose anything. You know, the Kary Mullis, the inventor of the test, said it's not made to diagnose anything. To tell you if you're sick or not. That's what. So it's called fraud.
To get that correct.
Yes. So you can go to your institution and have it edited, or in your conversations with FEMA. We're also in conversations with FEMA to see what added flexibility that we can add there.
I'm gonna end it like that.